Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome. YourFieldChoice.com daily hit and run show, MLB DFS. Pico here. Welcome anybody watching live. So we usually don't do shows on Thursdays, so I'm not expecting too many people live here, but I decided last second, let's do a show. We missed one day this week, and it's actually not really a split slate because we have a six game main slate. I think there's a 3-game early. We're gonna hit the 6-gamer. So YourFieldChoice.com, check us out. $25 per month. That includes all sports. First 2 months, and you're gonna be getting a bargain pretty soon because college football starts this Saturday. College football is our thing, so we've been doing college football for last 5 or 6 years. Total winning record, GVPs and cash. That's probably my best actually cashing sport anymore. But you got college football coming up, NFL in like 14 days, I think it is. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, so 14 days, NFL season starts for Thursday Night Football. So you get all that. Plus you get everything else which you already have. EPL soccer. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. There'll be the EPL soccer show on this YouTube channel. So once again, please hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, all that kind of stuff, which helps immensely. There would not be a college football show right now till next week. Just the way production is going and all that. But I'm probably gonna do a Discord show at some point, maybe Friday or Saturday. Maybe Saturday before lock or something. But NASCAR this weekend. Eric's got his NASCAR Friday night, and then Saturday is a regular NASCAR race. So a lot going on coming up. Good night last night. We've been crushing the last couple of days. So tough weekend. It seemed like we were cash double ups, not great on GVPs, but the last couple of days been back to Crush City. Really good slate last night. Austin Barnes carried me. A lot of people went the Zach Gallen route, which was Zach Gallen's my guy, but I just knew Valdez was the play. What's up, Don Day? And Valdez was the play. Valdez had a really good game, so we crushed again, and we're moving along. So it's been a pretty good week. Once again, please check us out. Eric, if you could throw the Discord address on the board there, on discord.gg/YourFieldChoice. So there's some rooms free, most of it's premium, but check us out. You can't beat that price for all the sports. We will be covering all the showdowns for NFL. Pretty much every weekday showdown for college football. It's tough on Saturdays, but all the weekday college, especially when MAC starts in October, the MACtion weekdays. So that's always a lot of fun. So just stay with us. Be a lot more shows on here, and we still have another 6 weeks of MLB plus playoffs. So still a long ways to go. Let's get to it. 6-game slate. It should be a quick show. No weather concerns at all. So we'll get that out of the way. Vegas. Right now in Vegas, we have, let me go with the 6-gamer. It's no cores, which is nice. Right now the Phillies are the highest implied runs of the night, 5.7. Why? Because they're facing Justin Dunn. Justin Dunn is a gas can, especially against right-handed bats. Crazy, like a 1.4 OPS. 577 WOBA, I think it was. I just pulled up his so we're rolling with Philly bats tonight. Philly right-handed bats. Pretty much he's equal opportunity, but especially righties. And it's a small sample size. I don't know that I call Justin Dunn a gas can because I've actually been a fan of his, especially decent prospect coming through Seattle. So he's been bad this year. In his limited time pitching this year, but against right-handed bats, 547 WOBA, 636 ISO, 50% hard contact fly ball rate plus. All right, so Philly righties are 1-4, and then we got Toronto, 5.2 implied runs at Fenway Park against Cutter Crawford. Just got lit up, Bomb City in his last start, and then we have the Astros, 5 runs against Chris Archer and the Twins. So they're the 3 teams that are over 5 implied runs. Houston, Toronto, Philly. And then after that, we have the Mets and Yankees. Mets at 4.9 at home against the Rockies. Feltner's pitching. Mets should be able to handle him. And then the Yankees, 4.6 because they're in Oakland Coliseum, that cavernous park, more of a pitcher's park. But Giancarlo Stanton may be back tonight, which is only going to help Aaron Judge. So if you see Judge's numbers when Stanton's in the lineup, when Stanton's out, Judge is seeing a lot better pitches with Stanton behind him. All right, on the money line, we have some huge favorites tonight. -450 for the Mets. Why? Because Justin DeGrom. Justin DeGrom's pitching against a Colorado team. Colorado on the road against right-handed pitching. We've been picking on that all season. So huge favorite tonight on the money line for the Mets minus 150. Phillies minus 350. Aaron Nola, my other top pitcher for cash tonight, minus 350. Noah gets the Reds are pretty much packed in for the season. Only a couple of bats actually on the Reds I need to be looking at tonight. Maybe like a cheap Mike Moustakas or something because he's hot. Then beside that, the Yankees minus 225 favorite going up against Oakland and Coliseum. That's a Jameis Talon game. Talon's actually, I think, a sneaky pitcher tonight. Well, everybody's going to be going to Lance Lynn. I'll go to Jameson Talon. And then we have the Astros minus 180, Luis Garcia game. And then down to the Toronto Blue Jays minus 166 favorite over Boston. Kevin Guzman, who's my favorite. Kevin Gausman, my favorite GPP pitcher by far. I love Gausman type GPPs. All right, so that's Vegas. Nolan Davis, what's up, man? It is soothing too. You gotta see check out my 900 number. So, but good to see you guys on here. Now Nolan Davis just screwed up my thought process. Okay, so we're done with Vegas. Let's get right into pitching. So we'll roll right through the show today. Pitching right now, easy for me. FanDuel, you're running DeGrom as your cash pitcher. DK for cash, I'm running DeGrom and Noah. First, DeGrom. Even if it wasn't DeGrom, we would still be going against, if it's a righty against Colorado, Rockies on the road, you do it. But tonight we got the GOAT going. So he's been lights out in his 4 starts since his return from IL. 2.31 ERA, 5.51 WHIP, and he's got a FIP of 1.46. Don't overthink this. Just use DeGrom as your SP1. Noah's my SP2 for cash. I love Kevin Gausman, but he's my SP2 for GPP. Noah, great spot against Cincinnati. Like I said, Cincinnati's pretty much packed it in. They're away from Great America Ballpark. They're in Philly. Cincinnati striking out 21.5% to righties, 136 team ISO. And Noah right now, 28% strikeout rate on his last 5 starts. Aaron Noah, definitely my SP2. But the thing is, that's some money there. So we got to find value. So if we're going to roll Noah and DeGrom, we're talking $20,800. I wouldn't argue with anybody if they want to go down to Gausman and save another. We're only saving $400 off Noah. Gausman, definitely my favorite GVP play tonight. I think he's going to come in overlooked. Great for tournaments. He's coming off a big boy performance against the Yankees on the road. They're like 31, 32 DK points in that game. Struck out 7, gave up no runs. He's been volatile, and that's pretty much why I'm tagging him as a GPP, but he's owned Boston. It's in Fenway. Yeah, it's a pitcher's park, but he's owned Boston this year. 25 DK points, 36 DK points, 29 DK points, and 32 DK points a season. So he's averaging probably almost 30 DK points a game against Boston. Great pivot off of Noah or DeGrom, Kevin Gausman. So it's only 6 games, so I'm not going to be going through too many pitchers. Jameson Talon is my favorite. Lance Lynn's going to be popular probably, but honestly, I'm going to probably roll Talon. Lynn, he's been good in the second half. He's held. He's given up 2 or less in 4 of his 6 starts, so 3.06 ERA. That's why my fantasy team is starting to turn around now. Because I have Lynn on a bunch of them. 2.73 xFIP. Going against the Orioles. Orioles have been much better in the second half. Actually, the Orioles right now are ahead of the White Sox in the wild card standings. So Lynn is going to be there, but I'm going to Talon if I'm going anywhere down that range. $7,500 on DK. I like that price. He's actually been one of the best pitchers for the Yankees since the All-Star break. He's allowed 3 runs. He only allowed over 3 runs in 1 of his 6 starts since the All-Star break. Oakland right now, terrible. Pitcher's park. Oakland strike out 23% of the time, 223 batting average against Rays over the last month. I like Jameson Thompson at GDP. And then my last pitcher is maybe the lowest I'll go is Jordan Lyles, only because Jordan Lyles is at home. Jordan Lyles has got some crazy home waste splits. He's given, I think, 3 homers out at home, and he's given up 16 homers on the road. 3.13 ERA compared to 5.85 ERA on the road. So Jordan Lyles against the White Sox, I kind of like him at $6,700. GPP only, though. But don't sleep on Jordan Lyles tonight. That's pitching. Is there anybody else I would even look at for GPPs? Yeah, Louis Garcia, I guess. And that's it. Call me crazy, but if I'm making 20 lineups, I'm going to throw Justin Dunn in one lineup. Just because I know the talent is there. I've seen him pitch. Of course, he's probably going to get bomb blown out, but if I'm making 20, I'll take a chance on one with Justin Dunn. Maybe Philly lies down one game. Been a good series so far, though, for Phillies. All right, pitching. That's done. Done with pitching. Let's move on to catcher now. We don't spend much time on catcher, but if you're rolling a catcher tonight, you're paying up. It's JT Realmuto. We just talked about Justin Dunn's splits. Dunn gets killed by right-handed bats this season. Killed. And Realmuto is crushing. Hit a bomb last night. 4 straight double-digit DK point games. Hitting 480 this week. And over the last month, he's hitting 348 with a 340, 348 ISO, 448 WOBA. That's all elite and advanced metrics for JT Realmuto. Lock him in all your stacks, definitely for Philadelphia. Maybe tough to get him if you're going to go DeGrom and Nola, but JT's your top catcher. I'm going to go down a little bit. Alejandro Kirk is sitting there. 357 WOBA against righties. That's Cutter Crawford. Come up 3-hit game last night. And he doesn't strike out in Fenway. Don't mind him. But if I go all the way down lately, my punt catcher by default lately has been Serbi Zavala. That's what I've been using a lot. I shouldn't say I use him half my last night, and I use Barnes and the other half. Barnes had a good game. But Serbi is actually, looking at his numbers, he has reached base 9 times in his last 3 games. That's 9 times. A lot of walks, though. But you can do a lot worse for a 2.2K hitter. Hitting 290 over the last 30 days with a 390 OBP. So for 2-2 or whatever he is, 2-2 on DK, 2-3 on FanDuel, Serbi Zavala, the guy's getting on base 3 times. I don't care if it's walk or singles. And we all know he can hit a bomb every now and then. I'm not sure if Aaron Nix is listening to watching this, but Aaron knows all about that. Serbi, Salvi, all that last year. It's kind of an inside joke for YFC, but Serbi Zavala is kind of a YFC favorite after all that, and we know he's got pop, so no problem with Serbi Zavala as my default catcher. Anybody else? If Brees McGuire gets a start, maybe, because he's been hitting righties okay, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I like Serbi Zavala tonight though. First base. Vlad's gonna be the popular play at first. Okay, I'm seeing him like over 16% ownership, and he's a good spot. I think Vlad and Pete Alonso are both in great spots. But once again, we want to get those pitchers. It's gonna be hard to get the pay up in all these positions. If I don't go Vlad, my favorite first baseman, who I like, Trey Mancini. Trey Mancini's been rocking. So first to start Rice Hoskins. I like Rice Hoskins because once again, righty versus Dunn. Big night last night, 14 DK points, 6 homers, 15 ribbies over his last 20 games. Hoskins in play. I really like Trey Mancini's price at 4K. Back-to-back double-digit games. Had a really good series against the Twins right now. Now against Chris Archer. It's 5.23x FIP. Mancini. I also like Vogelbach, definitely. Vogelbach's a platoon hitter. Big Dan's going up against a righty, Ryan Feltner. 269 ISO, 396 WOBA, something like that. 45% hard contact, fly ball rate, both of them 45%. Vogelbach's in play. Cash probably 2 at 3,800. And if I'm going to punt, GVP's business against Aaron Noah, Mikey Moustakas. Mikey Moustakas is finally hitting the ball. Over the last 15 days, Moustakas is hitting 364. 2K. So you can do a lot worse than Mike Moustakas at 2K. We all know Mike Moustakas can hit. Never turned out to be the bomb we thought he'd be. But okay, so first base I like. You got Vlad, always in play. I like Hoskins a lot for a little bit of a discount from Vlad. And then I like Mancini, Vogelbach, and Mike Moustakas for my GPP dart. Second. I haven't really seen too many crazy BBPs yet, but I do have one at second base. So get to that right out of the way. At second base, Josh Harrison owns Jordan Lyles. And a lot of these aren't old numbers. 10 for 19. That's 5.26 average. 10 for 19, Josh Harrison. And Harrison's only coming in like at 22, I think. 22, 23. No, he's 24. 24 on both. A DKFD. So he's your default punt tonight against Lyles. Second base is definitely a pay down if you want to get DeGrom for the Mets and you want to get Aaron Nola. So probably the most expensive I'll go is Jeff McNeil. McNeil is not going to win your GP. He's not going to hit your home run, but solid hitter. He's hitting 414 in August. 458 WOBA, 200 WRC plus, over 200 WRC plus. So McNeil's had my top play at $4,300. Only 27 on FD. You know, like Jeff McNeil for some reason, you got Gian Segura. Segura's a pro hitter, has been hitting forever. Seems like he's been around as long as I've been playing for 10 years. 309 batting average. That's 20 games. 309, I'm sorry. 330 last month. He's facing Justin Dunn, who can't pitch to righties. All right, so second base, I'm liking McNeil, liking Segura, liking Josh Harrison. Of course, you can go Altuve, but Altuve is expensive, especially when it's righty on righty. I don't think you need to pay up for that. But I'm never gonna talk you off him. Ownership wise, Kevon Biggio is catching crazy ownership, over 25% against Cutter Crawford. Kevon Biggio. What's Biggio been doing lately? Honestly, I haven't played Biggio in a while. I got in a habit. I was playing for a while. But it's been a little while though. I'm glad to see him sticking now though. 330 over last week. So Biggio's your popular play. I'd rather go. I mean, if you want to go 2K, yeah, I still like McNeil there. Anybody else seeing some popular? Christian Arroyo against Gausman. I like Gausman too much. DJ definitely at 4.5. So he's pretty cheap. DJ. Nicky Matone, I guess. Johnny India, even though it's Nola, he's a decent BVP play, and then maybe like a Jorge Polanco or something like that. It's at second base, so I'm not paying up a second. I said I like McNeil. I guess you know it on a Kevon Biggio, sorry, or like a DJ LeMahieu, something like that. Move on to third base. Once again, we're looking to save a little money. You know what? Definitely Matt Chapman, a decent 4.8. Josh Donaldson, you play Josh Donaldson on the road. Caprillion is a thing against righties. Yankee rain and bats against Caprillion. That's what you want. And Donaldson on the road. So I like Josh Donaldson, only 3.9 now on DK. 3.9. Good price. I like that price a lot, actually. Donaldson may be my third baseman. There is no BVP, guys. Devers, Gausman, definitely GVP only. Bregman's been crushing, right? Is still sitting at 4.9. 3 or last week hit 370 the last 20 games. So maybe I guess Bregman will be our top play. Against Archer. Yeah, I mean, Bregman's been crushing that reverse split. 226 ISO, 376 WOBA, 42% hard contact, 44% fly ball rate against Chris Archer. Archer is giving up 44% hard contact already. So Alex Bregman is my top third baseman. Alec Bohm's going to be popular. Once again, a righty against Dunn. But you don't expect another 2-run game from Bohm like he had there this week. He's not a power hitter. Jose Moran has been in play all year. I like Chapman against Cutter Crawford, definitely in Fenway. Chapman's not hitting. He's only hitting 164 the last 20 games, and he's got 4 homers last 20, but only 5 ribbies and only hitting 164. So I may sneak right in there with Josh Donaldson. Donaldson on the road against Caprillion. Donaldson's not hitting, but The Donaldson is a thing on the road. I think now I'm starting. I think it's Donaldson on the road. I believe. I'm gonna look that up quick. I'm just sitting here running my mouth, and I just want to make sure I'm right. And Caprillion against righties is definitely a thing. Yankee righties. So Josh Donaldson at home, 168 batting average, away 270. There you go. 30 ribbies on the road, 17 ribbies at home, 9 home runs on the road, 3 at home. Yes, Donaldson at home on the road is a thing. Yankees righties a thing against Caprillion. Donovan Solano, no Donnie Barrels tonight, but there's Aaron Nola. I mentioned Bohm. I guess that's it for third base. I like Bregman, so I guess Bregman's my play. If not, I'm gonna go on down to Josh Donaldson, like I said. Vlad's numbers really keep popping at me. I think I'm worried he's gonna be popular now tonight. Might have to go Vlad over Hoskins. I don't know. Okay, but just remember Vlad's in play. Shortstop. As you're going around the bases here, any BVP? I haven't seen much BVP at all today besides Big Josh Harrison. Elvis Andrus is Jordan Lyles. Andrus has been around forever. 344 batting average, 32 at bats, 11 hits. IKF for the Yankees hits Caprillion 5 for 16. It's pretty good BVP for KIF, 313 batting average. So Andrus and IKF, BVP data. We're looking at ownership right now. The most popular shortstop is going to be Bryson Stott, and at 3.9, Bryson Stott is probably going to be your shortstop if you want to get these cheaper guys, or Nicky Matone. I mean, Matone's hitting really good at hard contact, 45% hard contact rates. And it looks like he hit Justin Dunn's. Justin Dunn's a I see Justin Dunn's a fastball pitcher, but I'm trying to, because I know everybody is gonna be on Stott, so maybe we use like a Nicky Matone as a nice little pivot, and I think that might be the way to go, to be different, because Philadelphia is gonna be very popular. Matone 333 ISO, 476 WOBA on net split. I like it. Justin Dunn is all fastball against Matone's a lefty, so against lefties, all fastball against lefties. Righties, he'll throw a slider. So Dunn is like 70% fastball against left-handed bats, and Nicky Matone can hit a fastball. So, all right, so Matone is sneaky will play here, but Stott's being popular. He really is. I mean, since for the month, he's like hitting like 375 for the month, like a 571 slugging. Lindor is probably the top play. Maybe tough to get to him though if you're going to go with like a Bregman or Vlad. Lindor's the top play against Feltner. Definitely. Lindor switch hitter. Feltner's a righty. Lindor's having a crushing second half. His second half since All-Star break slash lines, 341, 410, 520. 45% hard contact. 22.3 WAR. So Lindor's your play, top play. Bichette's 5K. I'm not messing with Bichette. Every time I think Bichette's coming around, he lets me down. So Andrews at 2.5s in play because we know he hits Lyles. IKF's in plays. We know he hits Caprillion okay. And like a Bryson Stott, Matone, something like that. But Lindor's your top play there. And that brings us all the way to the outfield. Seems to me like something like JD or somebody's got like a really good BVP on his slate. Unless Tommy Phom's got a good Tommy Pham hits Gausman 7 for 14. Anybody's playing the Cardinals say Corey Dickerson. Corey Dickerson is on fire early slate. Hits Marcus Stroman 415 lifetime. And Corey is on fire. You play Corey Dickinson when he's hot. Been doing that for years. Maybe not JD. I thought JD Martinez had a decent BVP. Cedric Mullins, decent BVP against Lynn. Yeah, JD his 316 against Gausman. So we got some Red Sox here. It looks like they hit, even though Gausman is owning Red Sox this year, Bogarts, JD, and Pham all have good BVPs all. But Gausman has owned the Sox. To me, that's why Gausman's GPP play. I just can't pull him ahead of Nola and DeGrom, but he's my top GPP. Mancini, decent BVP. Okay, so AJ Pollock, 4 for 13 against Jordan Lyles, his White Sox. I was going to mention Mateo, but now Mateo's price is creeping up, right? No. Oh, no. Thanks, Don. I thought Mateo's price went up like 4.9. It's a 3.8. It's a 3.8. Yes, Mateo's a play then, yeah. I thought Mateo was went to like 4.9 for some reason. I apologize. I played Mateo a lot. I've been probably playing him more than anybody at shortstop lately. Okay. Outfield. Judge, good spot tonight. Kyle Schwarber, great spot tonight. Yordan Alvarez, I've been playing him all week. I feel if I don't play him, he's going to hit a home run. Good spot. Probably my favorite spot, though, is George Springer. Springer is probably my favorite outfielder tonight. And we have a bunch of outfielders that are on hitting streaks, too. Like decent hitting streaks. We have Kyle Tucker, 16-game hitting streak. You can definitely play Kyle Tucker. Slashing 379, 406, 652 in that 16-game span. Luis Robert, 14-game hit streak right now. 407, 462, 627 slash. Nicky Castellanos, 14-game hitting streak. Just like Luis Robert. 367, 367, 533 in that slash. All those guys are in play. Tucker, Robert, Castellanos. George Springer, 8-game hitting streak. Cedric Mullins, 7-game hitting streak. We mentioned JT Remino before. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. Moustakas, we mentioned before, a 6-game hit streak. So I think George Springer may be my top play in the outfield. Like Judge, of course. Like Andrew Benintendi tonight, too. He's really starting to heat up now. He got hits in 12 of his last 16 games. 5 multi-hits in those games. Great matchup against Caprillion. Caprillion walks batters like crazy. 9 of his last 3 starts. So I mentioned Judge. I mentioned Castellanos. Seth Brown. Seth Brown, first base or outfield as a value. He could definitely lose one on Jameson Talon. Looking at advanced metric wise, though, our top overall play, I think, at any outfield tonight is going to be all the guys I mentioned: Schwarber, Judge, Alvarez, Tucker. We got to find some, probably Jimenez to play 3,900, probably cash play 3,900. So if you can get like a Schwarber, Judge, Alvarez in there. I said I want to get Springer in there. JD's cheap. Kepler's cheap. There's really no, there's no Newt Bar that you have to play tonight. Probably your top overall punt side like a Gavin Sheets against Lyles. I don't mind Oswaldo Cabrera. Something like that. And there's really no values that you have to have tonight. So I think you stick with like 3 or 4K guys and you'll be all right. Yeah, Caprillion started with the Yankees. I watched Caprillion back like 7 years ago when he pitched for the Gulf Coast in the Gulf Coast League. I actually saw him pitch for Staten Island in that New York Penn Shore Day. So he was in the Yankees for at least like 1-2 seasons, I think, because I think he spent a year in Tampa too. So 2 seasons. So Caprillions, Yankees righties against Caprillion. Rock him. All right, so who's been home run call? I want to say Springer, but I think Springer or Cedric Mullins. A home run call. Yeah. Wait, that's just outfield. Hold on. I still like Springer, Cedric Mullins. Vlad, definitely. Eloy Jimenez in line for bomb. Devers is, Devers, Gausman, but GP only. But Devers could definitely lose one. I'm gonna say Springer, and was that what I just said? I just forgot what I already said. Springer and Mullins. Top stack, 6-game slate. Want to be different. I love 6 games right in my wheelhouse though, so I love these slates. Yankees Rays against Caprillion. Of course, Phillies against Dunn, but Phillies gonna be very popular. Anybody else? Maybe I'm trying to think of somebody sneaky. Astros won't be sneaky. Mets won't be. You want to be different, even though I like Gausman a lot, I would stack the Red Sox because all those BVPs I saw. JD, Bogarts, Pham, throw a Red Sox stack in there. So to kind of hedge your bets on Gausman. That's what I would do. And Baltimore against Lanceland. A little bit of pop. A guy like Rochman who's in a good spot tonight. Okay, so that's it. See, that was quick. 30 minutes, 6-game slate for tonight. Not sure about what's going on tomorrow. Because I've all this college football coming up. Got a lot to do. But probably have a show. And then the real college football show will start next week. But 9 a.m. tomorrow is soccer. And that's it. Big slate tomorrow. Then we have a huge weekend of MLB, NASCAR, EPL soccer, and college football. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Quick notes for show. I'm glad we did it. And we are out of here. Deuces.